Ahoy guys, welcome to the Drunken Ship Podcast. I'm your host, the one who is mainly Captain Crockett, aka CyberCalamity. Alongside me is my co-host, one of my co-hosts actually this week. We have Puerto Rican Reggie Watts, Bryan. We have the creature that bleeds pixels, Colin, MonkeyOmega. And then the man who bleeds PlayStation Blue. Oh, fuck, I think I fucked this up. Anyway, Bleed Station Blue, Tay Norman, aka Tay Infinite. Guys, welcome to episode 36? 38.
Dang.
We took a break last week. I left town, so we decided to call it a break for last week. But we're back, baby. We're back on this ship, this old dock.
Mm-hmm.
We can get. I can smell the sea salt.
I was just fucking tired last week, man. Like I could not get up to do a goddamn thing. I didn't even go to work. I was just like fucking.
Bryan, you don't go to work.
What do you mean? I work from home.
I know you don't have to go anywhere. Go where? To your living room?
Yeah, I gotta get up from my cozy ass bed, walk over to my bathroom, take a shower, brush my teeth, drink disgusting black coffee that I don't have enough like sugar to mask, and then come home and sit down and edit videos.
Wait, hold on. You don't drink. You don't put that little wussy sugar in, do you? You drink that like black like a man, right?
When my coffee tastes like ass, I do.
Yeah.
Haven't found good coffee yet, Crockett. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bro, I had some this Ethiopian coffee I bought from Earth Fair once, and let me tell you how bad this fucking coffee was. Bro, I ain't never had coffee that bad in my life. It hurt the back of my cheeks. It was so bitter and sour. I had a coffee grinder and it was beans, right?
Were you drinking it black?
Yeah, I drink straight black. And then Ethiopian beans, and it was like almost like whitish. It had like this white speckleish, which could have been mold. I have no fucking idea. But I grinded the beans up and everything, and dude, so bitter, so sour. I was like beyond disgusted. I think I made it twice, and I'm like, all right, I think that's 2 strikes. I'm out with this coffee.
Earth Fair coffee can be so disgusting. They can I've never gotten coffee in Earth Fair and just be like, man, I really love this. I've always gotten coffee in Earth Fair and just be like, that's aight, or it's disgusting. It's like absolutely makes me vom.
I guess it's organic or something.
I don't go to Earth Fair because it just smells in there. I just avoid it. I think it's like must be like the candles or the soap or something that they have in there.
There's a lot of stoners at Earth Fair. Sometimes when I walk in, it smells kind of loud in there. It's like a problem. But I love Earth, dude. Okay, so anybody that's listening, if you're on doubt about Earth Fair, go to their dessert section and get like any of like their super like moist, dense fucking cakes and drink that shit with a glass of milk. It is divine. It is delicious.
They had like $5 sushi on Wednesday, which was always baller, and their sushi was pretty good.
Anyway, no more advertisements for Earth Fair. What if you guys...
I don't know. It's about a 50-50 advertisement. It's a 50 shit on 50 promotion.
We keep it neutral until they pay us. That's the goal.
Yeah, please don't.
What have you guys been up to?
Coffee.
Wait, what did you ask me, Crockett?
I said, yeah, just don't pay us in shit coffee. But yeah, what's up, Tay, Colin? What you boys up to? What you fine young lads out here on my neck of the woods in this hot weather? You want a glass of lemonade? Come on, what you gonna come inside? Get a glass of lemonade.
Yeah, Alex Jones.
Is that Mendez?
Yeah, that's Mendez.
God, I know Mendez's name like the back of my hand just because you say Mendez every 10 seconds on mic.
She's fucking nosy. Look at her. Fucking look at her.
Is that the podcast cat?
Yeah, this is our podcast mascot. This is our chip cat.
Dude, that cat does look absolutely adorable.
Keeps the mice away.
Good job, Mendez. Go on the computer.
Is that a maroon cat?
Maine Coon.
Maine Coon.
Yeah, she's thick as fuck.
She's a winner.
But her dad, one of her parents, was a dwarf cat, and one of her parents was a Maine Coon.
Hold on, we're not gonna smooth over this. You want to explain this to me?
It's literally like a cat with dwarfism. It's like it's literally a cat with like short legs and like tiny little body. It's like
Bro,
a
I just
miniature
imagine it's his
cat.
body and then foot.
There's
no stubs.
That's pretty much what it is. It just got little stubs for legs. And like they're just like compressed. If you took a cat and you put it in a trash compactor and just made it into a square, that's what they look like.
You had a cat that was a caterpillar. A caterpillar.
Yeah, literally. And so one of her parents was a Maine Coon, just big ass monstrous cat. And then one of the other parents was a fucking dwarf cat or munchkin cat. And so she came out like a normal sized cat, but thick as fuck with short little legs. So she has to flop to lay down. It's adorable. I love my cat. She's great. What have you guys been up to? Colin, Tay?
Work.
Yeah, I started a new job. I've been kind of exhausted from that. But
how's that going?
It's all right. I mean, it's just easy like warehouse work, so
basically what I'm
I mean, yeah, it's kind of just mindless stuff.
You boys forklift certified yet?
I've never been certified for that.
Forklift. Yeah, I worked at Best Buy and I was supposed to get certified like the first week I was there, and I never got certified too.
There's a test you take.
Yeah, I hated it. I took the fucking test. They just never gave me the certification.
Have you guys taken that cart that looks like a Y yet, and then skateboarded down the aisles like I used to do in high school?
Cart that looks like a Y.
Yeah, but when I worked in a warehouse, there was only 3 other people that worked there, so there's no way that they're gonna catch me doing it.
At Amazon, everyone just to themselves. You work, you don't, even though it's loud in there, it's also quiet. Everyone on their own business.
There's no joy.
No, because I might.
It's
you're not allowed to bring
bleak.
your headphones in, but I might do my AirPods, cover it with my beanie. Catch me. They just
That sounds depressing.
Losing my freaking.
That's depressing. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about bringing some headphones for my job too. I'm working with a lot of Spanish ladies, so I'm the only like English speaker. Yeah. So it's a little bit isolating.
Right.
But we understand each other still.
Just enough. You learn enough Spanish to say what you need to say.
Yeah, I know a little Spanish enough to be like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. I need water. I'll be right back. Blah, blah, blah. Do you need help? And then they know just enough English to tell me what to do and stuff.
Both of y'all get by. Like he's a series of nods, like
yeah, pointing and nods. Yeah,
that's pretty much what it's like working in like a bilingual workplace, man. Just like kitchen, like fry cooks, they deal with that shit all the time. Fry cooks,
I used to deal with it.
Specific version of Spanish. Did you used to be a fry cook, Colin?
Yeah, I worked in like a lot of restaurants.
Oh, nice.
Like,
I didn't know that.
It was like 19, 20, 21 and stuff. Worked in a bunch of them. So I was a saute chef for a while.
Fuck yeah. Ooh, that's kind of a cool skill set.
Saute chef.
I feel like the job sucks, but that's a really
I despise kitchen work. If I were to work at a kitchen again, I would want to be like a prep cook. Like just put me in a fucking corner, let me cut some shit and just that's it.
When you was my roommate, all thing you ate was macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I know, because you know like
he's calling him out, he's like, bro,
dude,
box mac and cheese.
I ate like shit because I worked kitchen jobs, so I'm not gonna eat what food I'm making all day. And when I get home, I do not want to cook. So
yeah,
I just make noodles, or I pick up like fast food or pizza or something. I eat like shit. You eat like shit when you work in a restaurant.
That's fucking true. My best friend was a fry cook, and he fucking hated eating the food that he was making all day.
Yeah, I think when you first start the job, you might eat the food there for like a week, but after that, nah. It's like
nah.
I was out there freaking working at a water park. Like you get discounts on the food they give you, like chicken.
Was you drinking the water?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'll drink the water for a week, and then I was like,
now you got sick of the freaking food he had there. Like, oh my god, lunch.
Like, yeah, water park food doesn't sound good. It just sounds like everything's deep fried.
It sounds like everything's watered down.
Yeah.
Laugh his own corny jokes. Wasn't even funny.
You all shot the same look at each other. Like, you look like that dude on the plane.
Hey, you see the new video he got out?
No, I know he has
He has a
one,
new
but I
video.
haven't seen it yet.
Dude, I was shouting that to myself. I'm driving to the comic store. I'm a weirdo.
Tay, you been reading comics? What you been reading?
Yeah, I just went. It's funny you said it.
What'd you
Do a
get,
fucking
bruh?
haul.
Yeah, let me see. What's good? What's good? Because I've been thinking about picking up some more stuff again.
Of course,
See that.
Superman.
The
That's
Superman of
fine.
Metropolis.
Yeah, and
That's the new series, right?
No, that's a cool
Oh,
cover.
that's Future Slate.
I'm looking for the Superman War of the Worlds. I'm not sure if it came out yet.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Tay, you know what I want to hear from you? I want a
Read it.
video from you that like that's a cool cover. I want a video from you that's like a guide on how to shop at a comic book store. Because I walk into a comic
Just
book
look.
store.
Yeah,
And it's,
Wait,
no,
which
it's
one
not
is
just
that?
look. It's not just look.
yeah, it
It's
is.
not that because you got 700 shelves with like 700 versions of Superman and Batman.
Maybe I have
Alright.
a problem here.
All right, the first thing you do is what like character are you wanting to read? That's
Yeah,
the
just-
first thing I think of when I walk into a store. Like, okay, I want to read Superman. Let me look. You typically have a Superman section if they have a bunch of old issues or volumes, and then you'll see Superman if he's on the wall. For the weekly pulls and stuff.
I just know what Stan Lee told us years ago. Find a cover, like it, pick it up, and just go.
Yeah, if the cover's
sick.
cool. Yeah, that's usually what introduces me to a lot of like series. Is like I'll find a cool cover, and then it's like, well, let me start with issue 1, try issue 1, and then read up to it.
Sometimes they're misleading the like Marvel, those Spider-Man on everything. So it can be like
Mhm.
some X-Men comic. Spider-Man is on the cover, but he's not in the book at all. Like because they want people to pick it up.
But yeah, they'll claim it's a variant and stuff.
Yeah, claim it's there. But yeah, just
Mhm.
find a character you like, do a little bit of research. Go from there.
The last time I
Yeah.
went to a comic, what'd you say, Crockett?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, the last time I went to a comic book shop, I asked the guy about where to start with Civil War 2, and I could
No,
swear
don't
that
read that.
but I could swear that he looked
Yeah,
when
don't.
I asked that he looked at me like I was like I just like took
Idiot.
a shit in his cornflakes and like threw
Yeah.
it at him. And
Don't
then
read that
he's just
garbage.
like-
Issue number 1, idiot.
yeah, it's just like, but like that wasn't even what I was asking. I was just asking, where the fuck is it? And he just looked at me like I was an asshole, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go fucking,
Yeah.
look at Batman like all of you fucking assholes.
That garbage ass story.
Yeah.
I just found a new local shop near me in Concord. 10 minutes away. Get it
What's that?
reopened actually. It's
What's the name of it?
it's called Comics. Not even exaggerating. Next time I go, I'll take a screenshot of it. It has a name, but the logo is called Comics. I can't remember.
It just says comics.
That's fucking
yeah, but
funny.
it reopened. It's a little shop. Trying to support
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Instead of buying digital.
The owner's
Gosh.
like, I don't want to have it complex. I just want something, fair and honest.
No, that's awesome. They got Godzilla figures and stuff in there too. They got the
Yeah, I was gonna say
figures.
the Coliseum near me, they've got figures and stuff. I went in there last week because I was looking for one, but
Is it in Kissimmee?
no, it's in Jacksonville.
What's it called again?
The Coliseum or Coliseum of Comics.
When you walk in, is it like a big red Hulk, green Hulk?
No, but it's like a really old building, old door. It's like a old, like you have to turn around and shut the door behind you. It's like
Oh,
an
I never-
old house. Yeah, it's like
Here
a
they come.
house that they've converted to
What is
stores.
this, Dracula's castle? Like,
This one I did in
like, let
Con-
me just shut
not
this.
Con- There's one like in Charlotte where you walk downstairs and there's a comic book on the floor of the building.
Yeah. They
Right
use a
next
lot
to
of historic landmarks and stuff. If you guys go to Wilmington, North Carolina, there's Memory Lane Comics right there
Oh,
in
yeah.
downtown.
Nice.
They,
walked past it.
Yeah, they have they're using the old jailhouse technically.
Oh fuck,
And-
that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
their
Anime
store.
leads.
Yeah, they got a little plaque I think out front that says, yeah, it used to be the jailhouse.
Yo, I would love to play Yu-Gi-Oh in like a converted Yo house. That sounds amazing.
Y'all got, like, your own cells and shit.
Yeah, it is. They fight in a prison. He gets everyone's
Wow.
like, random cards and make a deck. Beats the manager or whatever.
Yo, I watched the
The warden.
the manager, the
The manager of the prison.
You mean the warden?
Yeah. It was
He's
some
like
big
managing.
guy.
He's managing the prison. Hey, I
know
noticed you
you
were
call it.
late today on your shift for lunch.
What?
He's
I
being a
watched the
man.
first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh 5D not so long ago. That shit's wild, man.
Watch it in Japanese. Watch it in
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in Japanese. I just watched a part on YouTube and I was like, man, these people abusing each other with cards. Like they get to walk around for free. Like cards,
Dude,
like
like-
confiscating cards, like throwing shit at each other, like zapping each other. Like what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
People like to,
Yu-Gi-Oh's
like-
taking over modern life.
Fucking
Yeah, people like
crazy.
to like laugh at it because it's car games and motorcycles. Ignore that. Just watch. Freaking
No,
cool.
I know that it's good.
Yeah.
I know that it's
Yeah.
good because on the movie where they all meet up, I fucking love that movie, and Yusei was one of my favorites in that.
He actually plays like a real life Yu-Gi-Oh player, like a meta player.
Yeah,
That's how he plays. There's no friendship. It's magic fun. Yu-Gi-Oh,
fucking love it.
strategy and stuff.
It's
That's-
what's if you want like straight up just action and like realistic like card play though, you got to watch what is the last one called?
And
Vrains. Yeah, what's Vrains?
he plays like that.
They will straight up. They're just like, I got kidnapped as a kid. I'm about to murder you.
Oh god.
And it's like all cyberspace, and it's like they're on like surfboards. But that is the most realistic Yu-Gi-Oh because they're taking 15-minute turns, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. This activates this. This card will activate. This activates. All right, I had 3 cards on the field. You die.
I didn't finish that show. I was too afraid. That's the time I stopped playing, and I didn't want the show to influence me to buy cards. I just
Yeah, it's
stopped
good.
watching
It's
it.
really good though. That's probably one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Ohs, other than
You
the
finished it,
OG
right?
is Vrains. I haven't finished it though. I got
Like
to
it's
the
good.
second season.
There's a lot of shows that I have started like that I haven't finished. Should we move on to what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
we're pretty
20
much
minutes in.
we're deep
Yeah,
in.
we're-
Drop
Uh,
it. It's fucking lift that anchor up, man. Let's get up on.
Yeah, let's
Get
do
up
it.
on
Just
this.
fucking.
That was
How
so
did-
forced.
We're also catching up from like 2 weeks of like
Not
stuff.
doing anything. I love when
Yeah.
Tay, I love when you call Crockett out for a bad joke. It's one of my favorite things that happens.
You know what? He's so
Crockett would say
forced.
something and
Hey,
Tay would
he's
just
missed so many though so far in this podcast. That's the first time he's done it because I've made at
What?
least 6 bad
That's the
jokes. so
second
far.
time, actually.
because I
Is
know
it?
why it happens because you make like 6 or 7 bad jokes and like the 9th or 10th one, Tay is just like, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
All right, this is gonna be enough here. Let's set the tone a little bit.
Funny.
What's the topic?
It's
Bryan?
like you just
But
hear
yeah.
him on his cell phone. He's like, yeah, he's back up to his stance.
So today I wanted to talk about Google Stadia and more specifically, or more broadly rather, cloud gaming as a whole. Cloud gaming
That
is-
includes you, Amazon.
does
Whoa.
Amazon has a cloud gaming shit?
Amazon Luna. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if it's out
Luna. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna go through with it now.
All right, I'm interested in
no.
hearing about that. That sounds weird.
This,
I
this is what they did.
signed
This is
up.
what-
I signed up for it, bro. They better.
there. Yeah, I have a Fire
You
Stick
better.
TV. I can play it too.
But
This is
Probably
what
go for
Amazon did when they were like, ooh. The cartoony pulling the neck. They're like, ooh. This cloud ain't
Yeah,
looking
getting
good.
getting a little hot in here.
Yeah.
Does
But yeah,
everyone
so
have a
early-
Red Bull? Sorry.
What'd you say?
Just- Nothing.
Earlier in the
Yeah.
week, earlier in the week,
Cheers.
it was announced that Google would be shutting down like their internal game development studio. So they have 2 studios, and they're Stadia Games and Entertainment, and one of them is Montreal, one of them is in LA, and they're both shutting down due to the rising costs like associated with bringing a game studio up from scratch. So that means that there won't be any Google exclusives developed by Google. Google itself is done developing games as a first party for its own platform, Google Stadia. Now, Google reassures the Stadia user base that they will be able to play their games, and there's going to be a lot more content coming out through third-party developers, and all of like good nonsense that they try to reassure you before technology is clearly dying because of poor management. But essentially, what they're saying is that third development is going to be accessible, third-party games is going to be accessible, and that this is a move to make Google Stadia a much more long-term platform in the venues of cloud gaming, which I guess makes a little bit of sense, but I'm concerned that the new base or that the current base of Google Stadia players are going to see a decline in the amount of selection that they have from Google by virtue of them not having anything to compete by with like people like
Game
Xbox
Pass.
or PlayStation. Yeah, like Xbox Game Pass and What's the alternative for Sony?
They don't have it.
They don't have one. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with one soon.
What, like
And-
a cloud thing?
Yeah, like a cloud game.
Well, they have PS and they have PS Now,
Yeah,
Now.
but it's like old
but
games.
it's
not like
it's
Game
not
Pass.
good.
No, it's like Game Pass is more like for newer, accessible games, but PlayStation Now is just a second
Yeah.
option to play something. There's a
Right.
difference.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So like Xbox and Sony have their own options, even though Sony's kind of not in the game for cloud gaming. But Xbox now released like their massive like cloud gaming overhaul. Because I started with Game Pass when it started as a like what PlayStation Now is, and now
Yeah.
it's become sort of like this mainstream service where you can absolutely stream games and play as an Xbox game and get a lot of exclusive from Xbox by just paying the subscription service.
hmm
Google Stadia doesn't have that. Google Stadia has like a few third-party games. I think the one that got the biggest attention recently was Cyberpunk 2077, and that's because it actually ran on Google Stadia versus all the other platforms. But as far as like cloud gaming goes as a whole, with Google shutting down 2 of their studios, it's a clear indicator that they are not seeing the value in continuing development for their own platform. Which indicates to me that like it's not a valuable platform to like invest in the long term, and therefore third-party developers are just not going to
Are not
develop
gonna
for it.
make their games. Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. I don't see it happening, which means that as a consumer, if you subscribe to Google Stadia or you bought into the bundle, now you just have a kind of a fucking brick plugged into the back of your TV.
She's a brick
I don't know.
house.
Yeah, they said they're gonna still support to early subscribers, supporters for the service. They just don't expect any first party content for very, very.
Right.
Um,
Which is,
I think Google will come out with stuff, but it's just gonna be on a very like sporadic, like random basis.
well,
Yeah, I mean, they have a big track record of just starting something and then just dropping it a year later and stuff. I mean, how many failed projects have they had in the last like 6 years?
well, Google has a
Google
pretty
Plus.
good history of adding stuff to their graveyard and just never coming back to it. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they're always testing shit out, is what they're doing.
yeah. And I wonder if like this means that like for right now, Google Stadia is just not an investment worth doing because a lot of the infrastructure to justify cloud gaming to like a general audience instead of just early adapters just isn't there. Like people generally don't have as strong a connection as they need in order to justify cloud gaming, or to make it like a viable option as a gamer, especially if you play any competitive gaming of any kind. So I wonder if this is just a move to delay the expenditure on first-party games until the infrastructure gets a little better, and then sort of let third-party developers optimize the platform and then jump in with their content. That's the only way that I see the move kind of making sense without it communicating that they just don't believe in Stadia as a platform.
I mean, if they do that, I mean, they're pretty much their product is dead in the water the time that infrastructure gets built, and then because I mean, this is not gonna be able to move any further until Wi-Fi is virtually high speed everywhere in the country for that to be a viable option for a
There's a lot
normal
of-
consumer to pick up.
There's a lot of factors to that as well. It's just not just that. It's also you gotta give a reason to your audience to buy this platform.
Right.
And compared to its competitors, Google sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it doesn't have like the discounts, benefits, like Game Pass, all of that.
It never made any sense though for them to have like a first party studio because
How
I mean
much-
the whole appeal for it is just I can game wherever the fuck I want to. I can play third party big AAA games on an airplane or something.
What
What
were you
Colin?
How much is Stadia or
The
is Stadia?
Founders Edition was $130, but I don't remember how much the base console.
Did anyone
was.
use Stadia? I'm not one that use it, I believe.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm interested in hearing what you think, Tay, because you're the one that had like first hand
About
experience
Stadia.
using Google Stadia.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get your thoughts on like what do you think? Because I am not a huge supporter of cloud gaming. I think cloud gaming is a stupid, anti-consumerist endeavor right now. I think that
See, this is what we're gonna talk about as well. I was thinking about that coming. We're gonna lead into that as well.
yeah.
But
But I do want to know what you're thinking about like Google Stadia as a whole.
But from like, yeah, when I played Google Stadia, it was about a couple of months ago. It was a demo of that game Immortal Rising of Phoenix. You guys heard of this game? Kind of like
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda. I played a demo of that, and surprisingly, it worked. No input lag at all. It was fluid. My only issue was I was playing at probably like 720p, maybe
Right.
around that area. But overall my experience was great. I was actually shocked that it worked. I was using my DualShock 4 at the time. This is before PS5. Yeah,
Right.
I was using my DualShock 4, and I was on Google Chrome playing it, which
Really?
is cool. Yeah, I was on Google Chrome, free demo, and that's how I played. A good 1 hour, 2 hour demo.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about it, basically.
So like knowing that like the game environment works, the technology kind of works, what do you think needs to happen now, like to make it like to attract more people into that player base? Like you clearly tried it, but you didn't stick with it. What stopped you from joining into the Google Stadia like player base?
I just don't care about it. Simply that. No, like not to be funny, I just don't care about it.
Right.
There's no first party games drawing you into it. I mean, what made me get like a PS4 was like I wanted to play Spider-Man and God of War.
Yeah, but I think Google isn't an established gaming brand like PlayStation, Xbox. People bought Xbox for Halo, PlayStation for Mario's, Nintendo, whatever. Google doesn't have that known franchise. So they have to like, the more important thing is they got to give people the reason to buy this platform. Deals is the most important thing. What you can do, where can you play it at? And Google, even from the get go, for a streaming service, like so for me, like if I make a streaming service, I will take everything Xbox is doing, and go from there. Don't start as this bare bones platform thing, whatever you're trying to do with that. Because I don't think they even bothered expanding it. Because it reminded me of Epic Game Store when it came out. How it was bare bones compared to Steam. It's the same kind of conversation. But
they don't have like this massive library to start off with. That's kind of like you build up to it.
No, but like true. But you also need like just like these deals and stuff, and none of these companies are.
I mean, the appeal for it would have been like just. I mean, that's the whole appeal for it is just being able to game anywhere you want.
Yeah.
So and I think that like when you got a competitor like Xbox, which as much as I really don't like Xbox right now, but it's in terms of cloud gaming, like they kind of have like the perfect situation. I think that if you are Google, if you're anybody else trying to start a cloud gaming service, you have to build behind the scenes up to the point where Xbox is at, and then release. Because otherwise, like Google, you're promising features, like you have your established roadmap, you're publishing features that feel like are never going to happen. Because how long has Google Stadia been out now? Like a year? Maybe?
Year and a half, maybe? I have no idea.
And there are still key features that Google has promised their current player base that haven't made it into the builds of Google Stadia as a service. So what that communicates when you don't have key features and then now you're shutting your first-party game studios, Google is unwilling to spend money on this platform to make it the best platform it can be.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, despite them keeping it up for those current subscribers, I think Google's actually losing money for keeping this up.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think it's going to get an uprising of subscribers from here on out. It's going to be that steady player base until they leave. See something better. And I mean for what Bryan said earlier about how streaming cloud gaming is anti-consumerism and all of that, Google's on the right track of doing something. It just they're not going fast enough or whatever, or they're kind of too early with this thing. Not making sense. Because me Jordan talked about this multiple times. Like, cloud gaming is inevitable for this industry.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely going to be the future, but
they got their footing in it. You just got to do it right. I think Xbox saw this years ago, and they did it right. PlayStation had opportunity to do it. I don't know why they didn't start it yet.
I just think Sony had enough of a user base where like they just weren't worried, which I think is going to be a mistake in like 5 years.
Yeah, it's gonna catch up to them. But yeah, you're right about it. Single player games and stuff was working fine for a good while. Still is, but they gotta be part of that industry as well, that cloud stuff. But like, they're in the right footing. I think it's more of they're not doing it right enough. And like, honestly, from when Google Stadia got announced, the downfall was already there.
Yeah, nobody was excited for it. Nobody was excited for Google Stadia.
And that's how it's gonna talk about because it's like when people see these things, they get scared when they see cloud gaming, and despite like it's not really.
Why do you think people get scared about cloud gaming? Because that is for me a key factor in why Google Stadia has failed so far.
Because they're more scared of licensing stuff and internet issues, like which boggles my mind though, because like people support Steam as clearly just a digital game.
Yeah.
Service, that's it. But they're afraid of like PS Now, maybe Game Pass, and whatever's coming in the future. Xbox, Amazon Luna, and all that stuff. But they're willing to play Steam for some reason.
Right.
Even though Steam is great, it's a fantastic platform, probably the best one of all of them.
Because on Steam, you actually have your license. So if I download a game, it puts everything into a folder. I can copy that onto a hard drive and move it, and I never have to touch Steam ever again.
Yeah, what they take the license away?
While it's digital, like you can still play it. You don't need internet to run it, to play it, as long as you have a hold of that license. Yeah, because it looks for that to boot.
I guess so, because it's more the same. Like,
but yeah, it's still digital. Like anything could literally happen to that hard drive, and it's fucking destroyed. It's gone. You know, I could have a hard drive of 100 games.
When it comes to this stuff, digital gaming overall, I think it's more of a sense, and I'm not defending these companies or anything, but I think it's more of a sense gamers hate change too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that plays in a factor. Like they see something, get scared. I mean, that's why I say I tried at Google Stadia. I at least tried it. Like, I'm pretty sure none of these people complained that they didn't try it. They just saw cloud gaming, walked away.
Yeah, and I think that there's a. I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that there's a misunderstanding about the licensing thing, because like Steam is a digital platform. But you do, apart from needing the servers to get any updates and stuff like that, you can theoretically take a game from Steam, like Colin said, put it in a hard drive, and then just install it in another computer, and you'd be good to go. And you can play it as long as you have the executable for that game.
Is it DRM attached to it, or that varies between games?
Either that or a BIOS.
Yeah. So like, there's not a lot of stopping you from just owning the game that you bought from Steam. You know, there's some workaround. You're going to lose some functionality with the server, especially if the game is multiplayer. Potentially if the game is multiplayer. But with Google Stadia and cloud gaming, you do not own that license. It is a Netflix of gaming. You can be in the middle of playing a game, in the middle of enjoying an experience, and then if Google decides that that game is no longer suited for their catalog or no longer have the rights to keep that license in the catalog, you just lose all of that gaming experience, and you don't have an option to buy the game. You don't have an option to keep that game for yourself.
Which I would say it's not gaming specifically, but it's related that because The Office went off of Netflix, DVD sales have seen a rise.
Right.
That's what I mentioned.
Yeah,
like,
because people don't want to, like, you know, I mean, I love The Office. Good thing I already have them on DVD. But you know, it was convenient to have it on Netflix. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same way. You know, people are gonna get upset and either go buy it physically or find another way. I mean,
that's what I was gonna say. Why I don't see this energy towards like streaming services like Netflix or something. Like, you don't own those movies either. But why this?
But movies
negative incentives for gaming,
movies are more finite consumable. Like, you watch a movie, you're not gonna watch a movie 3 times in a week. You're not gonna watch a movie 5 times. I mean, you can if you're weird, but you're not gonna want to you're not gonna return to the movie as often as you're gonna return to a game, and you don't own the experience of watching that movie. With gaming, there's a sense of ownership about owning that experience and that progress that you've made through the game. It's just it's a different market. When Netflix loses a movie, you just kind of go like, shit, didn't get to watch that.
I mean, if I want to play devil's advocate on this, is there's some games that are just throwaway games that you didn't want to pay $60 for, but you do want to like try it out,
right,
or something. And I mean, you know, that could be like, I could see that being a viable thing for, like, you know, this Netflix of gaming type deals, is where, yeah, like I'm not gonna own all like 2,000 of these games, but it is nice that I can play them or something like that. Because if, like, say there is a triple A game on there, it's more than likely I've already bought it it's I'm up to date on like all the latest games or something.
Right.
Well,
That's what Game Pass
it's also
Game
like
Pass give you options to play it streaming or down. You can actually download buy the game during Game Pass.
Right.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
a lot of
say
people
Steam, GOG, and Epic Games. Like while they're digital, you can download them, but even if you uninstall the game and uninstall Steam, you still have your save data if you decide to save it. And you can always move that. Like if you happen to get your hands on the game again, just upload your save file to it, and boom, you're right back to where you were.
Right.
I think my argument is like, I think
So there's also that, I think, too, is what people could be scared of, like you sinking all these hours into a game. And like Bryan said, they decide to take the license away or remove it because it's not suitable for some reason. And then not only can you not play the game, but your saves are gone.
Yeah,
there's no way of recovering that.
They should make a marker for your save files that you could download or something. And I'm assuming that's not on Stadia, but if that would be like super handy if you wanted to,
at least saves.
I don't know. I mean, was there any games that ever went off Stadia? I mean, was Stadia even around where they had to cycle out a couple games?
I know they had Cyberpunk. That's the latest thing I know.
Yeah, not potentially.
It works
like,
fantastic
even
too,
if
by
that
the way.
doesn't happen right now, Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Alan Wake were taking off of online
Xbox.
marketplaces.
Yeah.
Because of a license.
It's coming back.
It did come back, and I have it, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the issue is that like when you buy something as a game, there's an expectation for it to be yours. There is an idea that now you own that game, you own the ability to return to that experience whenever you fancy it. The contract between like Netflix and the audience is that Netflix never pretended to give you the ability to own a movie. They were always marketing themselves as a rental service. And Google Stadia has not done that marketing shift. They have not marketed themselves as a digital rental service for gaming. They have marketed themselves as a venue to do all of your gaming. So
yeah.
What about
But you pay a fee though, right? You pay a monthly fee.
yeah, you pay like $10 a month and you can play whatever game you want. But the perception is in the marketing here. With a PlayStation, you own the console, you own the system, and then you get to play whatever game you want whenever you want to play it, as long as you own the disc or the digital information for that game. With Google Stadia, that is completely out of your control. So like Google Stadia is really a digital gaming rental service.
Yeah, it's just it's a library. You're going to the library, you pay a monthly fee for it, and then you rent out a, Street Fighter or whatever.
Right.
By the way, Game Pass is like that too. I didn't know Game Pass had cycles. That kind of was disappointed.
Yeah. And me too. And I hate that about Game Pass. And it's the same reason why I'm like cautious of cloud gaming in the past or in the future, because the current state of the market is so volatile to the user experience. I don't trust the game industry to have me in mind and have my enjoyment in mind as a consumer when they're implementing these services. I actually trust that as soon as it's become more profitable to trap me in like this sort of like subscription loophole or subscription feedback loop where they get my money and I really get nothing out of it, it's gonna happen. And it's kind of disappointing to see what the future of gaming could be, because now game companies and game publishers, specifically publishers, have a lot of power over you as a consumer and where you have to play the games and where your ownership of that game ends. And that's really concerning for me.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I was the exact same person how you're describing right now with future gaming. Because I used to say, when this happens, I'm going to start playing games. But this thing is more, I think it's more of a sense. My argument is this market, cloud gaming, is something gamers cannot stop.
Right.
No matter how much they try to. Because that's inevitable. It will always be, because that's the future of gaming. Because it's more accessible, it's cheaper. And like, that's, I just think my argument is like, you're fighting against something you're not going to stop, because it's going to eventually going to happen.
Yeah, it's just like the mobile market. I mean, like, look at like how big mobile is in China and stuff. Imagine that was, instead of mobile, that was just all cloud-based gaming. It's just making it more accessible to everybody.
True, but in 2008 they did say mobile games were going to kill console gaming, and that didn't happen.
I think their
Yeah.
market, and definitely you can tell where a lot of the money some of these companies are putting into is definitely into mobile.
Mm.
I mean, but that's like kind of like shaping into cloud gaming now, is
Yeah, it
that
is.
that experience on the go wherever, because not like in China, like they can't, there's not like a lot of consumers can't have like, you know, a
What
lot
we
of
have.
space for consoles and stuff, and a lot of them are probably walking or taking buses or some shit like that where they're not at home.
Right.
And that's why mobile access is so big in like these countries where we have to think really outside of the US, and it's more of these outside countries where why is this doing so well? It's because of the environment that they're in. It just, and I'm assuming, I mean, like Google knows this, and they're trying, and they can definitely see what's ahead of like
That's the thing.
mobile.
All of them
It's
see this.
just
Yeah.
cloud gaming, which
Yeah,
I mean,
all of them see this.
the next, because I mean, what's the problem now with mobile? It's low quality games with, you know, not a lot. I mean, they're getting better and better, but it's pretty much you're destroying your phone and battery and all that. But
Right.
what if they could just plug a controller into it and then have like, you know, Hitman 3 or, you know, God of War on there or something?
That's the thing. Like all these gaming analysts see something there, and it's clearly going to happen. It just the fact that the main issues, like especially in America, I think Europe can do it, European countries, but us, we have terrible internet over here, and
Yeah. There we
it
go.
kind of sucks. That's a big
Yeah,
factor. So that's
our-
the difference between
Our
gaming and movies.
infrastructure for internet is not set up well.
Yeah, like we got to deal with input lag. You don't have to deal with movies.
Right.
With gaming, you have to be the best place possible to play. And since internet sucks over here, we can't do that with cloud gaming. But like that's what I'm saying. Gaming analysts clearly see something with cloud gaming. Like it just that fact. There's like a lot of factors. Like some like gamers aren't ready for it, or they hate change.
I don't think
To
it's
these-
not gamers are not ready for it. I think it's just like it's just not accessible.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
just-
say.
it's-
That
We're just
that's as
not.
well,
I mean,
too.
it's just the way our current infrastructure is set up. We're just not. It's not. We're not ready for this big rollout. I mean, it's not like everyone has Google Fiber. And what I've heard from like with Stadia and stuff, Stadia worked great for
It did
people
work
who
well.
had fiber.
Yeah.
It worked
No.
fantastic. But other than that, it was you're shit out of luck. You didn't have, you know, high speed internet.
Yes, I mean it's that as well too. It just says a lot of factors. But I also think I'm being basically devil advocate. I agree with you, Bryan.
Mhm.
You guys with that. I just think also a factor that people are not paying the pinpoint on gamers as well.
So
Like again, this is something.
I actually agree
up?
with that. I do think that as gamers, like we are difficult to embrace change, and that this is going to be a difficult change for us to swallow. I would love the advent of cloud gaming to happen. I think it sounds like a fantastic idea. I just don't trust any of the people that are doing it right now to do it
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
So I'm super critical of it, but I'm not critical of because the technology I think is dumb or because the licensing issues are problematic. Although I do think that they are, and I've always been a guy that wants to own the physical medium of whatever game he's playing.
So you're not worried about, you're not more or less, you're not worried about the general like structure of it. You're more worried about just the service
Yeah,
of like
I'm not worried about
what
the
this is
cultural
bringing,
shift
so-
that's going to need to happen for cloud gaming to be a thing. I like the idea of cloud gaming. I'm more worried about the logistics of cloud gaming, what it means for the consumer, what laws are going to be there, what ownership laws do I have as a consumer, like what is the contract that I'm signing with Google when I say that I agree to the terms and services to play Google
Yeah.
Stadia, like what does that protect me, what does that leave me? Stuff like that is what I'm worried about, because there's been a historic trend of gaming, specifically gaming, sort of being such a new technology that the laws of copyright and the laws of usage have struggled to catch up to it. And there's no bigger example like than the loot box fiasco that
yeah.
happened. Like gaming is evolving past the legality of the current market, and that is going to affect a lot of the way that people play games. And I, for one, I am worried that the user experience for gaming is going to suffer immensely as a result of consumers not having the option, because all of the big companies and all of the big people that are doing it are moving to this service, and it's going to become sort of like a cable service situation where now if you want to play any game, you're going to have to shell out $15 a month for whatever company you're going to be in. That's just the inevitability of gaming.
I mean, what's the difference between console exclusive? I gotta buy Nintendo to play Mario. I can't play it on PlayStation.
The difference is that I now own all of those systems. I can collect those items. I can play those items physically whenever I want without the permission of Google Stadia. What if the Google's going to be around forever, but what if the next company that does some sort of cloud gaming service shuts down after a year and I've sunk $150 worth of games and the hardware for that company? Where does that leave me as a consumer with that service? It kind of leaves me shit out of luck because there's no sort of legal guardianship against the user. That is my biggest fear with cloud gaming. Because it's happened. Like you get a service, you were looking to watch something or like do something specific, and then the service just goes to shit because not enough people bought into it, and now you're just kind of shit out of luck, you know? That kind of shit happens all the fucking time. And it's a legitimate concern of mine how that's going to leave us as players. I just think the infrastructure needs to get a little bit better. I think Google needs to be a little bit more realistic about their current player base. Like they're just not attracting new players as hugely as they need to for Google Stadia to be something that they can sustain. And
it felt like,
sorry, go ahead.
It felt like Google just threw it out there, expecting people to buy it, and that clearly didn't work the case.
Yeah,
what it felt like.
That's absolutely what it felt like. It felt like a Hail Mary because everybody was doing it, and they thought that because they were Google, they could just do it.
They really thought there was Microsoft, and they just could throw money at this and make all the issues go away and stuff.
Right, and it didn't work out that way. And I don't even care about the lack of first party. Like big tech companies are not, they're not centric to gaming. They don't have the DNA to be game developers. I don't think they do.
What was exactly their plan anyway? Like they were going to make a first party AAA game, or that was going to get cycled out?
Yeah, well, they were going to launch to. What did you say?
Just a killer app for people to buy the service.
Yeah.
Simply that's what it is.
That's what it was.
But they had a first party studio.
Yeah.
They had God of War before the reboot director. I forgot her name. It's a lady. She was there, and she probably
it wasn't God of War. It was Assassin's Creed.
The person who I don't know, somebody.
Yeah, her name was Jade.
Jade. Yeah, I have her name somewhere in there. Jade Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah. So they probably didn't even use her like industry knowledge or whatever. They probably haven't utilized that yet at all.
Yeah.
Because they kind of wasted money on her.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing like how sustainable is cloud gaming? Like, do you see yourself using cloud gaming as a service? You fucking know.
Who knows? I don't know. But I think it's more of a since this. I think when say like we live in a cloud game future, that's what we have now.
Right.
I think it's gonna be interesting because everyone has it, so you gotta up your competitor.
Right.
What's Xbox doing different from PlayStation? PlayStation gotta do better than Xbox, and it goes for everyone. So you can see some creative, interesting things there. That's my only positive take on that.
I think we're pretty far away from that being like the now, or at least like 10 years away from that. I mean, and then even when we are there, it's still it'll have to fill it out between like, I mean, we're definitely not there until all these companies start doing it. So like, if that really is the future, then it's all gonna be competitive between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, like you see like all these freaking movie companies on like a CBS with BET streaming service. Like it's just like we're leading to that future. Games is probably slower.
I've been saying this for years that like cable's dead, but it's going to make a reverse comeback where what's going to happen is like everyone's going to have their own streaming service. It's going to be too overpriced. And you can look at all the other podcasts that we've done. I have said this for years that there's going to be all these streaming services. and there's gonna be some type of company making deals with 6 of them, and then you just pay a premium price for 6 of these streaming services, and then reverse.
I have a feeling we're gonna see a crash.
Yeah, me too.
On the streaming services, yeah, 100%.
I think we will.
I don't think so. I don't think
just
so
like we had the gaming crash in the 80s, we're gonna have a streaming service crash. There's gonna be way too many, way too fast. People are gonna be so mad that they're spending way too much. People are gonna start pulling out. Peacock is gonna vanish. BT Plus or whatever is gonna vanish. Paramount will probably vanish. The only ones left standing will probably be Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, probably Disney,
Like the
and then maybe
hitters,
HBO.
Anyone's with a large library.
No, I disagree completely. Same with gaming. These companies are making more profit than ever because, especially gaming side, gaming.
Yeah, but you're not gonna buy PBS.
No, I know that
for $10 a month.
Colin means the overall like industry is going to crash or something like that. No, I don't think that's going to happen at all.
What I do think is that there's going to be something akin to the cable market. The cable market is steadily on the decline.
Packages.
That's what I've been saying. Yeah. It's like there's going to be someone, they're going to gobble up 6 of these programs and then sell you a kind of like how Disney does it already with ESPN, Hulu, and Disney.
Hulu does that shit all the time. Hulu pisses me off because of that, because they got 6 premium subscriptions for Stars and CNN and all that shit. And you gotta pay.
Well, that's like you're buying cable through a streaming service.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be all these parent companies of these big services. So like HBO will probably evolve into Time Warner streaming, and then Disney will become Disney.
Right, fucking there, Colin. Time Warner streaming. That's what I'm talking about. That will be the next. That's just cable, but it's just online now.
Cable with extra stuff.
Like when I was home, like my parents would not stop asking me. He's like, "What do you have? You don't have cable, do you?" And I'm like, "No, I just been watching apps, and mainly I just watch YouTube."
Yeah, I'm on YouTube
for online streaming service overall. I was driving to work one morning thinking about this. Well, I got paid for PS Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Amazon Prime or Prime Video. I'm paying like at least $50 a month.
That's too fucking much.
I know I well pay at least $60, $70, $80 a month. Yeah. Shit.
It's too fucking much.
Thank God I have a girlfriend that pays for other shit than me too.
I'm thinking still for Nintendo. Can't remember what's it called.
I was gonna say my roommates pay for Hulu and Disney. I have HBO, Spotify, and then my mom pays for Netflix. I've been using my mom's Netflix since we first got it.
Pissing me off lately. I don't use it. RJ uses it. My girlfriend uses it. They upscale like every 3 months by $1. Yeah, that's getting off my nerves. Yeah, like, taking. But
I've been using HBO
there's so much
a lot.
Competition coming out now that they have to. They're like, well, we're losing fucking money.
No, Netflix is killing it, but it's getting too pricey for me. That's my issue. I'm cheap, so like that's my big issue. But it's becoming cable again. I remember me, Jordan was walking from my apartment one day, like 2016, talking about this. Yeah. Well, we predicted this. Like
it's always been the conversation because that's it's just the market. It's just the pattern that the market wants to go to, because the market doesn't exist to provide a service. The market exists to make money, and so that's just the trend that it's going to be. When people see the success of something, they imitate it until it can no longer be sustainable. Then they revert back to the thing that was sustainable before that. And then we just fucking keep going down that loop, and it's gonna be the same with fucking gaming. It's gonna be the same with everything else that is involved with streaming.
Let's loop back a bit to make it full circle here, full circle jerking. So like imagine like Xbox, PlayStation, they were just like, all right, we're not selling disc-based games anymore. We're just doing any new game that you buy. Or any new game, so any first-party exclusives, they're not coming out on disc anymore. You're not going to be able to buy them. You can pay for let's say Sony comes out and they're like, you can pay for PlayStation streaming, and you'll just get all the first-party studio games on this library and then some extra shit. How would you guys feel? And you pay like $15 a month for.
You know what my first thought is? I'm gonna try my hardest to steal it rather than pay for it.
Absolutely, it's gonna be the return of piracy.
You know, they're slightly doing that with digital gaming, physical games. Like this digital
that's
games
what I
for
feel
the past
like.
2 years. have been getting better benefits and deals. Like, get this music soundtrack, get this wallpaper, get this extra.
I mean,
character.
Honestly
whatever.
though, like Xbox could pull something off of it where these game studios are not independent anymore. There's no third party titles that once Sony and Microsoft become so big, they can own all these studios where they just make games under this hat of a studio, and then they put those games onto a library. And I feel like that could be the future of like gaming, because it's way more marketable to have a subscription base rather than someone paying a one-time fee. If you have them on hook, line, sinker for $15 per month, if you're not making, so you're only making like 1 or 2 AAA games a year for that console. It just makes for marketing standpoint, it makes so much more sense to have you on $15 a month, or whatever they're going to start us out with. But that probably more than likely is going to be the path we lead down once this is more sustainable, which is probably another 5-6 years. Because I mean, my biggest hang up, my biggest question is, where the fuck is VR? I just want to move the technology. God damn it!
To make cloud gaming work, my personal opinion is make it a secondary option. Don't make it a primary.
That's exactly
thing.
what I'm. That's exactly. Yeah.
There you go. I think Game Pass is kind of like that. Yeah. You can download these games. You like this game, you can buy it and just keep it. But you also have a cheaper version of Game Pass where you can pay it for $1.
Right.
It's digital or whatever. But yeah, it should be like here's another way to play. That's how PlayStation Now is to me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to get it. It's just another easier way to play it. If you don't want to go out to the store and buy it, just download it from PlayStation Now. But you can always buy that game.
Yeah.
Physically. I think cloud gaming should be that way.
I mean, I think disc-based games is definitely dead.
Nah.
I mean,
no, it's not.
I
disagree completely.
It's not dead, but it's definitely dying.
Is it?
Nah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. But I mean, like, you got to look at how PlayStation is managing things with their games, especially the first party. That's why they put so much emphasis on it. There's something there with those games, and they're proving like people are buying these single player physical games.
Yeah,
it's clearly same with Nintendo's player base, which is huge. They don't do digital games. I mean, they do, but it's a very small market on that side of that platform.
Yeah,
these people buying physical copies. So people are buying these physical copies. Just digital is more accessible. So it appears to be more.
Whenever I really
physical
care
games
about
are still
game,
healthy.
Yeah, whenever I really care about a game, I buy it physically. Whenever I want to play a game that's like expendable, I buy it digitally.
True. Like, I brought Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima digitally.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though like I love those games, I love the studios, I'm fine.
Right.
Yeah, but something like I brought Spyro Reignited physical because of future proofing.
Right.
Because I know like what things happen. One of my favorite games of all time. I want me to play it again. So that's how I am too, Bryan, when it comes to certain games.
You made a very great point, is that in order for cloud gaming to be sustainable for the next couple of years, for the next like decade or so, it has to be a supplementary option until the infrastructure is caught up with with where we want the technology to be in order to make that super sustainable. And then after that, sort of start dropping the physical medium if the market wants that to happen. But I
think cloud-based would definitely speed that up.
Yeah.
It's cloud. Whenever cloud-based come more to fruition, like, physical media will die quicker.
And physical media will never be dead, because I am one of those people that, like, I still fucking buy Blu-rays, DVDs, like VHSs.
100. Well, yeah. In that side of things, yeah.
So physical media,
because Blu-ray will make.
Someone go first.
Sorry.
If you're, we're both getting heated.
No, go Bryan. Go first.
Physical media will always be, if cloud gaming becomes the thing, or if cloud whatever becomes the norm, physical media will always be the collector's item. It'll be the luxury product. And I think that's not a bad shift. It might become a little bit more expensive because of rarity. But it might, it still satisfy both places of the market when physical, like that's an amazing example of that. Movies that release something for the physical collector are now tapping into two markets. They got your cloud-based, whatever the fuck, but now you're spending $40 for the premium item. So that's kind of how I see it work. I see them balanced out. I don't see one of them dying over the other. I just see a shift in consciousness when it comes to like how people prefer to play, versus the other group of people that are doing cloud gaming.
What are you gonna say, Jordan?
What I was gonna get to is that with like, so the difference between like buying like a Blu-ray movie and then a difference between buying like a game is that if I download the game from digitally, it's going to play exactly how it would on the disc. So I'm getting no difference in between the quality of the game and stuff. But if I download a movie versus I buy the disc, there's going to be a difference in quality. Just
I mentioned
like
streaming, not downloading. That's what you meant.
Yeah. So if you stream, there is a significant difference to the quality of your game. Your visuals are going to be stunted. You may
movie.
Yeah, and your movie.
Yeah, on your movie. Like you can't really get true 4K of a movie. What you'll get is an upscaled resolution of the 1080p. And your TV is the one that's doing a lot of that work. Your TV has an artificial intelligence chip that is converting the 1080p footage into 4K footage 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, look, I've been on this Blu-ray roll lately.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
it's fantastic.
It's 4K. Yeah, I just brought even though I've seen it, Colin, I brought the Superman Man in Tomorrow Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray the other day.
That's a great fucking movie, bro. I watched it the other day.
I watched it on Amazon Prime, but I brought it physically this time.
Yeah, I watched it it was on HBO. They put it on there a few weeks ago. I watched it. They also put something else on there too. Something else. Reign of the Superman. They also put that on there recently.
Yeah, like I didn't know this freaking 4K Blu-ray. I'm waiting. I'm trying to before what's name comes out. I'm trying to get the Kong 4K Blu-ray.
Nice.
What is it? Skull Island.
Oh, the Skull Island one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, 2014 just came out on. It's getting a 4K release.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can see all the blackness in 4K.
Yeah.
I was about to say they better fix the visuals.
Yeah.
See all the shadows.
Yeah, turn the
Godzilla fans have got one joke.
Yeah, I kind of want to buy because of the steel cover. Like I brought this John Wick collection trilogy. Oh my god, worth the $40 I paid.
They're gorgeous.
Worth it. Oh my god, yes.
It's a trilogy.
It's 4K Blu-ray. It's awesome.
No, I was gonna say for a movie, but then you were like trilogy, and I was like, oh well, that's 3 movies. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for Blu-rays in general are expensive to me.
Yeah.
At least the 4K ones are like $34.
It's crazy to me though that we still have DVDs.
No, it's not for me.
We have a third medium.
Really?
Well, it's because we never had 3 mediums in a row. We've always had either the last and then the new.
We've got DVDs, Blu-rays, and streaming.
4Ks.
That's what he's talking about, yeah, or 4Ks. So.
I see DVDs like not only.
Technically, we should have moved away from DVDs like 4 years ago or something.
DVDs are so cheap to make though.
Yeah.
You can buy a brand new. But you can buy Tenet for like $5 on DVD, but Chris Nolan will wake up in the middle of the night screaming.
Okay,
and slap you.
This is kind of like my take on DVD versus Blu-ray versus 4K. Unless you have the hardware. Unless you have the hardware that can play a goddamn 4K DVD Blu-ray disc with the fucking capacity that it wants to be played at, you're wasting your fucking money. You're wasting.
He doesn't have a PS4
money.
At this point.
PS4 can do that. No. PS5 can do 4K Blu-ray. But all of these fucking people, and I know it because I've had this conversation. All of these fucking people that are like DVDs bullshit. No, it's not. It's not. Your TV.
I mean, like
your TV.
You're paying for your price for DVDs.
Your TV.
I love seeing Bryan like this.
Has an artificial intelligence chip inside it that converts your goddamn 1080p signal into a 380 by 2160 signal, and it does it amazingly. It does it fantastically. You don't need to spend $25.
DVDs.
You don't need to spend $25 on a goddamn
DVDs
Blu-ray
bullshit,
unless you want it. Suck my dick, Crockett.
Bullshit.
No, I'm saying like with Blu-ray.
I wouldn't disrespect my TV. Like,
nah, they all work for what they for. Like Blu-ray gets all this cool special features and stuff. DVD gets just the
That's
movie.
why I buy. That's why
I don't know. You ever got a legendary fucking Blu-ray? Those are the most bare bones DVDs you can get, or Blu-rays.
Well, I'm on a 4K train now because I got a 4K TV. And a
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
I was gonna say the Blu-rays have like trashy menus and shit.
Yeah.
They got just all it says is play, scene selection, and fucking languages. At least when I put in my fucking Spider-Man DVD and the menu and the fucking menu comes up and it's a fucking interactive menu and shit, bro.
Yeah.
I have the Blu-ray that does that.
No,
the Blu-ray does that too.
Blu-ray's just like fucking. Here you go. Here's your fucking movie.
It's just a static image.
Some of the Spider-Man trilogy Blu-ray does that. I have it about years ago.
I think that's definitely a product of its time, though. I mean, do they really even do special features anymore?
Yeah, they put them on the fucking Blu-ray.
Like a super.
You didn't listen to King of the Monsters audio commentary?
I love special features, bro.
Yeah. The Spider-Man 2 has the best special features, actually. The little gag rigs they did.
Yeah.
You want to know the wildest special features commentary I've ever heard in my entire life? The fucking I think it's for Anchorman.
No, I was gonna say Brother Bear had the best commentary. Because of they had the two moose from the movie. They do the commentary for the movie, and it's
is that like it's like Mark Norman or somebody?
Fucking hysterical.
Brother Bear.
Yeah.
No,
they had the best commentary ever for a kids movie. For a kids movie, bro.
But dude, no, they're on like on the fucking commentary for Anchorman. There's like out of pocket shit happening. There's a fight gets broke out. I think Will Ferrell gets punched on audio, and then there's like what they start. I mean, in the middle of the movie, they start talking about like, yeah, I gave fellatio to this dude in college. Like, I don't think it's weird. It's so out. I was sitting there like using the background noise when I was in high school, and I'm like, what is happening with this movie?
It's fucking great.
Or have you heard the Tropic Thunder commentary too?
I feel like I need to hear the documentary.
Robert Downey Jr. He keeps his joke. He stays in character through the commentary to the very end.
Colin, have you seen those short? I'm not sure if it's from the DVD, but have you seen these? What was Robert Downey Jr.'s character name?
I don't know. His like which character? The Australian one or the black guy that he plays?
The black one. Yeah, he does like this is stuff on YouTube where it has like shorts of him talking to this Asian lady in a hotel.
Oh, really?
Like, her.
Is it like some behind the scenes stuff?
I don't know. I sent it to you send the link thing.
Yeah, you said that to me. No, I haven't seen that.
That was hilarious to me, dude. When I saw Tom Cruise.
Yeah, dude, Tom Cruise. I didn't even recognize him at first, man.
That movie
was what a great movie.
Just to fucking rein it in a little bit. Cloud gaming is going to be the future, but we need better consumerist measures for it to make sense. We need the infrastructure. For it to make sense, it needs to be sort of like a supplemental thing, in my opinion, in order for it to work.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have any of those things, then it's going to be kind of like a free-for-all for whatever company is the cheapest and provides the most bare-bones service. And Google is not the company that I want to trust with my cloud gaming.
That's gonna be Nintendo.
What'd you say?
Nintendo's gonna be the worst.
Yeah,
one.
Nintendo's gonna be awful. But yeah, so Google's not the company that I'm gonna trust with cloud gaming. Because of the big tech environment that they're in, they're not going to sort of understand what the gaming market needs. They're just not willing to put in that money, in my opinion. I just bought a trial of Google Stadia to like play it and try it out and see what it's about. Like physically see what it's about. What'd you say?
You just got it just then.
Yeah, when I was talking to you guys, I downloaded it. I like signed up. So I'm gonna spend some time with it and play it and see like how sustainable I think it is. But judging by the fact that Google's not willing to spend any money on first party development, and I don't see a clear roadmap for what they're going with third party development, apart from like they don't have any deals announced. They don't have anything of that sort. I'm just scared for the current player base that they're gonna get screwed like the first people that bought Google Glass.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of where I'm at with cloud gaming. I think it's going to be good. I just think it needs a little bit of it needs more support from actual gaming companies. So like what Xbox is doing is pretty good. Sony needs to jump into the market. Nintendo needs to stay the fuck out of it. And that's that's kind of where I stand.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just don't think it's for a cloud gamer right now. I don't think it's time. I think in a couple of years it might be, but for right now, the way everything's set up and the way the market's going, we're gonna have to. It's definitely gonna need some time for it to actually grow. So anyone trying it right now is probably gonna be very slim pickings.
Well, let me ask you this though. I'm pretty sure you guys did say this stuff. Would you try?
I would. I've used Xbox Game Pass and I love the concept of Game Pass. I'm just now trying Google Stadia. I've streamed from PlayStation Now a couple of games, and I think the services are a good idea. I just don't think they're optimized for like daily gaming as they stand.
xCloud isn't out yet, right?
This was part of what Game Pass is.
Yeah.
Part of integration. You pay Game Pass anyway.
I thought
No,
I'm not wasn't 100% sure if it was launched out or not.
I believe that's like November, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you get it with Game Pass or as part of Game Pass or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's like
Some of the
cloud
games
gaming
are
beta
supported.
right now.
Yeah, not all the games will be supported
it
though.
launches in spring 2021.
Cool.
So that's what PlayStation Now is. What that's
So
coming
it's-
out. That's what. Yeah.
It's coming out soon, so we'll have to come back on this topic and touch up on see how, because xCloud's supposed to be it. It's supposed to be like what's supposed to be the next step, and which I highly doubt it from the.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. See, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Why are you saying that exactly? You saying it because you don't want to, or you saying it?
No, I'm all cool with it. I think it's a great. I mean, if I could just whip up my phone and start playing Gears 5 on it, I think that's pretty badass. I just think that I'm just not confident in it succeeding.
Why?
I just don't think we're just not there yet in technology.
We don't have we don't have the infrastructure for it. We don't have everything to make it go smoothly. It's going to exist as a mediocre gaming experience, and you're gonna launch it on your phone, and you're gonna go like, I'm fucking done with that. You're gonna chuck it in the bin behind you, and then you're gonna go back and sit in the couch with your Xbox like always.
Are you? I understand it, but are you saying it because you're not embracing change, or you just don't like it? That's what I'm. That's my argument.
I am embracing change. I just want them to do it well. That's the thing. When they do it well, I will be the first fucking guy to take a phone and just like sit it right on my disgusting chest.
Who's scared? Yeah, who is scared of it?
It's not
a lot of that's basically most gamers. They just won't. They don't. They're scared of the. They're scared of the shift.
Are they scared? Are you saying like they're scared of the shift, or they just don't want to switch over? Because I don't think it's going to be a switch. I think console games are here to stay for a good while. Like that comfortability in my home is definitely. They're not going to change that.
That's the thing. It's just like they don't want to do the shift. It's like the same with like. It's like when people like if you look at PS4 compared to a Switch or. Yeah, to a Switch or like a Wii. Yeah. PS4 is just another console controller. That's it. Look what you do with a Switch. Play anywhere you want. Do all this.
Yeah,
cool
but it's
going
to be a watered down version of a game. I mean,
no, but people
get that
like
full
they don't
4K
want. They want to play the normal. They want to play the normal way.
Listen.
Instead of trying something creative and different.
The general audience may be resistant to change. That may be true. People are gonna be like, nah, I like to play on my couch. But that is because there's one, not enough of an incentive to make the change from these people that are providing the service, and then two, they don't see the benefit of investing in this kind of just service because they can play on their couch, and that is okay. I am not.
Yeah, it is.
I am okay to change. I'm okay for change.
I just hate this. Like what Jordan said, I just hate this brush off attitude gamers have when it comes to this stuff. Like at least try it first.
Yeah, and
just said it was gonna die.
I think this market is not for us though. It's for foreign countries.
No, it's clearly for everyone.
I mean, I think it's more directed towards like look at Japan. Like the Switch is the highest selling console in Japan. You know why? It's because people takes the trains everywhere because they need something to play. Mobile gaming's high in Japan. Look at India. It's super high in mobile gaming. I'm just saying that like we're probably not on the top chopping block on like who's this target. We're not the target audience on this one.
Or at least not the full.
I think we are.
We're not a commuter country. We're not like a go outside and spend like huge chunks of your day kind of country. Like we're pretty sedentary. It just.
And with the pandemic, this is gonna. I mean, also it's gonna take a reverse on cloud gaming and shit too. Because no one like, what's the point? I'm not leaving my house.
you know.
Digital games did an uprising last year.
What'd you say?
Digital games uprise like tremendous.
Because they're convenient, because we don't have to go to the store to get them. But digital gaming is not cloud gaming.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I like digital gaming too, and I don't mind making the switch. We say that it's gonna die, not because we're unconfident in the idea or because we lack belief that it's going to succeed. We say it because all of the people that are doing it are doing some half-assed version of it, like Google Stadia, or like Xbox is.
You think Microsoft?
Xbox is the only one.
All of them, I think Microsoft is probably the trusted one. Even I'm a Sony fan. I think Microsoft's going to dominate.
Xbox is the only one that's doing it in a way that I can see it succeeding. But like, Sony doesn't want to try. Google Stadia is not going to sustain it because it bleeds money, and I just see the trend, and
you know who's gonna. Well, I mean, Xbox and Sony's are probably gonna succeed here because they're already been established. They can wait out until the infrastructure is there to set up, and whenever they launch it, whenever the infrastructure is there, they're good. They're Gucci. They can launch.
I guarantee.
Google Stadia died off because they launched when the infrastructure wasn't even available, and then they died out before they can even succeed. Because they can't build upon nothing if they don't have if they had a weak base.
See, I partially disagree. Because look at Game Pass and how Microsoft's pushing it. They put it into Xbox Live Gold. They're trying to make people buy it because no one's buying it because they don't want to buy it.
But no one's buying it because it's not interesting to us.
But wait! It's a library. It's not cloud gaming.
No, it is cloud gaming. That's what it is.
It's going to be cloud gaming.
So
now.
Yeah.
It's not. So wait. Can I play it on my phone yet?
Game Pass? I believe so. Not sure.
You can stream it.
That's what
stream
xCloud
it
is.
onto your phone, if you're in the same wireless network right now.
Also, I have a correction. So xCloud is out, but it's not fully expanded. So it came out September
November.
2020, but it's holding back until spring 2021.
See, you notice how?
Go ahead.
I was saying like the reason Xbox is. Apparently, Game Pass is fantastic. I have it on my PC. Keep booting up every time I turn my PC. I haven't used it. But it's a fantastic service for a lot of people saying, like, it's great for all this $1 deal or whatever. You notice Microsoft hasn't. You know, Microsoft keeps pitting it. They made it to Xbox. Remember that controversy that happened like 2 weeks ago? Xbox Live increasing. You heard about that controversy? No one. But they backed down from it. It was really bad. They made it pricing to like $110 a year, in a sense. Gold, but they made Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass is one service because they want people to do Game Pass. There's a reason that people focus on Game Pass.
Yeah,
it's a cloud streaming service. It's cheaper, but no one gets buying it. That's why they put it into cloud because they know people have to use not cloud, but Xbox Live Gold to play online.
But people aren't buying it not because it's a bad service. People aren't buying it because there's no benefit from getting it. As a consumer, like I had Xbox Game Pass and I paid for it for like 6 months and I didn't fucking use it. That's why people aren't. People are not paying for it. It's not because we're afraid of change. It's because there's nothing incentivizing me to use it. Like if Halo Infinite releases an Xbox Game Pass exclusive that I could only play it through Xbox Game Pass, you bet your ass I'm paying like $15 to play Halo Infinite. But
I mean, is that fair to say, considering we have like a different option to play games though, instead of that being on?
I just think that if they want to dominate the shift, if they want to dominate the culture of gaming to do a shift, they have to incentivize us to take that shift. As it stands right now, the American audience is very slow to adapt new technologies. And if they don't incentivize us, we're not going to do it. We don't care. I don't give a shit about Xbox Game Pass right now because there's nothing in Xbox Game Pass that's interesting to me.
I literally got it because I thought Ninja Gaiden 2 was up there.
Yeah, same. I got it. Looked for Ninja Gaiden. Looked for some of the shit. It's not there. I'm fucking out. Banjo-Kazooie's in there. That's about anything I give a shit about. It's not the service's fault. It's not the gamers' culture that needs to change. It's the way that it's the options that are being given to us that need to change. It's the interest, the incentivization that we need to have as gamers to adopt cloud gaming.
Yeah, I agree. I know I fully agree. I just think this mentality gamers have at times it's kind of holding it back as well.
That's because gamers are stupid 9 times out of 10, man. Like I'm saying,
I mean, like I said, like I tried Stadia. It works. The quality sucks at times, but it works. But I'm also acknowledging the service sucks in terms of deals and whatever crap. I'm saying is like gamers didn't probably even bother trying none of these servers. They're just shouting just to be shouting.
And
that's why I think that's.
And part of that happened because Google didn't put a lot of effort into the marketing. They didn't incentivize us. We had no reason to try it.
Yeah, like Microsoft was literally saying, "Buy our freaking thing." Clearly, there's something there, but no one wants to buy it.
Yeah, I think they really did it half-assed because what is like at any like game launch or any game console launch, what do they have?
Who?
They have a first-party game to launch it with.
What are you talking about?
Like Google Stadia didn't launch with shit. They launched with third-party games.
Yeah,
like games that you could already buy on something else that worked better.
That's what we said. What did you say, Colin?
Yeah, I was gonna say Xbox didn't have a launch title.
I thought it had was Halo not a launch title?
It was supposed to be, but it got delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, Microsoft was doing all their first party.
The Xbox One?
No, I'm talking about Xbox One X.
Launched with Halo.
The new Xbox.
No, I'm talking about the original Xbox. Launched with Halo.
Yeah. Xbox launched
with
Xbox.
I'm talking about new consoles. Consoles that don't have a player base already established has to launch with something to bring them into.
I mean, that's true. That's very much true.
I'm saying that they didn't have a first party game to launch with, so no one gave a shit about trying it.
And
in a few years,
and I'm saying they did it backwards. They had a studio trying to build a game with a service already launched, and ultimately it died because it couldn't sustain itself.
What Google needs to do is keep it steady for a while. They need to kind of rebrand it in the future. I don't think it's truly going to go away. It's going to be there. But I think the player base is going to decline because what's the point of paying this when they're not really putting much effort into it?
I mean, we all agree that Stadia is dead, right?
No, it's not going anywhere. I don't think it's dead.
I just think that it's not there yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You think they're going to make a resurgence?
Yeah, they are. They're not leaving that market. Same with Amazon. None of them going to leave this because they clearly see something there. I'm not sure what Amazon's going to do.
Colin, you're signed up for Luna, right?
Yeah.
Have they launched Luna, or is it just in beta right now?
No, I haven't heard anything.
It's like what, $3 a month, $5 a month?
I think it's supposed to come out in like March or in May or something.
Yeah.
Not sure.
And I have Fire TV, so it's gonna be in my TV. I think I get it for free, maybe.
Sure. I don't know. Yeah, I think Prime members get it for free.
Yeah.
Just like you get the Twitch thing for free.
Yeah.
You got Prime and stuff. I think it's like that. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I think I signed up for it like back in November or December, whenever they announced it. Yeah.
But Jordan said none of these are backing down. They're gonna probably sit for a while on the bench till the ref calls them up. Till the coach calls them up. Yeah. And that's when they will shine. Yeah. So it's like
I want it to succeed. I really do want it to like be better.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. I accidentally launched fucking Hitman while I was talking to you guys.
No, do you get Hitman 3?
Just the Google Stadia version, whatever the fuck they got. And just to wrap it up, like it's an interesting market. It needs a lot of work, and I don't think it's sustainable right now. But I see it happening in the future, and I think gamers need to get that. Like Tay is saying, I do think that gamers need to get their head out of their ass and like just be open to new things. But also like be cautious about what company is running it, because I just don't. Markets are weird.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sustainable yet.
That's fair.
I think it's going to be sustainable in 10 years, but right now, nah. And I'm not surprised that Google shut down the first studio.
Me either. I don't think no one was.
They're just the first people to like adopt something new and then just go like, you know what, that's bleeding too much money. Fucking chop it.
Stadia is laying right there with Google Hangouts.
Or Google Plus.
Google Plus, yeah.
Yeah, Google Plus.
Anyway,
that's a spooky graveyard with the Google graveyard.
Yeah.
I got too much shit in there.
Thank you for focusing, camera. That's all I got for cloud gaming.
Yeah, I wish my camera could focus.
Do we want to end the episode? Do we get Crockett? You got haunted? You got attacked by a demon?
I actually feel like talking for hours. You can go for it.
What'd you say?
Go ahead. I can talk for hours, right?
Let's pray.
Them
We
Red
get 2
Bulls,
hour
man.
episodes.
We all kind of cracked out right now.
You make it 2 hours?
No, I gotta go edit another
let's see how-
podcast. God damn.
All right, we'll end on a slightly weird note. I got fucking attacked by a ghost over the weekend in
When you
Virginia.
say attacked,
Yeah, full on. It attacked me while I was
Okay.
sleeping.
Full penetration.
Full
me-
penetration. Woke up
what happened?
right on my ear. So all right. So let me start at the beginning here. Let me give it a little bit of backstory. My mom has the area my mom is in. So actually, hang on. Let me back up a bit. Let me back up even further. I went to Virginia over the weekend. That's why we didn't have the podcast last week. My mom is in a very secluded area where a lot of Civil War battles happen in Virginia.
So you got
I went there. There's actually a Civil War graveyard that's only rocks, like probably like 30, 40 feet away
so
from
you
our
got
house.
attacked by a racist ghost. That's what I'm hearing.
Hang on, we'll get. To,
He's trying to find me and kill me.
By a soldier.
Black friend. Where
He's
is
like,
he?
yeah. I wake up. It's like the South will rise. I'm like, ah.
They're angry.
It's just a Confederate flag
like,
flying over me.
MAGA. He's
They're angry because Trump lost.
He's Go ahead, Jordan.
And so me and my girlfriend get there, we hang out, and my mom has a bunch of old fucking antiques and shit. My mom's house is super creepy, like real eerie shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because my mom like collects shit like that. She has like
It's like one of the
stuff
nice
from
people
like
in
the
there.
1800s in her house.
Yeah.
It's like when you walk into her house, she calls it the antique
I
room.
hate that for you.
There's like old shit in there. And well, you guys remember that White House I told you about where I got like the ghost screamed at
Yeah.
me and shit?
Yeah, you ran down the stairs or something.
Yeah. So she has a lot of stuff from that house in her house. That's where a lot of that stuff was kept, and she brought some of it to her house when my grandpa died. So
Seems like a bad idea.
to any explanation what's about to happen. So the first night, I have a super weird dream, and I'm gonna explain this the best as I can. So do you know when your arm falls asleep or whatever, your foot falls asleep? You know that vibrating, tingly sensation
Yeah.
you feel, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the first night that I'm there, I fall asleep, right? And have this weird ass dream where I wake up and it's like there's the bed is like facing forward, right? And then there's a window directly in front of the bed that I'm sleeping
Why
in.
would anyone put
So
it back?
if I raise up out of bed, I'm looking right through a
Why
window.
the fuck would you ever want to do that? Why?
Someone just standing
Yeah,
there.
like,
Well, I was having a dream the first night that someone was standing on the outside of that window, and this window's on the second floor,
Kill
by the
myself.
way. And it was like almost like for some reason I imagined it was like an alien standing
Bus
there,
tilts.
and I felt like my entire body was asleep, but like when your body's like vibrating, tingling, asleep.
yeah.
My entire body felt like that, and I could feel my body like raising out of like me sitting up in bed, and it just going zzz, like that.
Oh my God, Jordan, finish your story 'cause I gotta tell you something.
It
I
felt
know
like
what you
that.
did.
It felt like that. But that, and then I wake up the next morning, and I'm fine, and I'm just like, that was weird as shit. That's a weird dream. I think I'm just uncomfortable here. And then so the second night comes around, right? And this is when I get attacked. The second night, me and my girlfriend, we fall asleep on the couch and we wake up. I don't know what time it is. I'm so disoriented. We go to bed, and at 1:30 a.m., both me and my girlfriend both wake up. We're kind of just like uncomfortable for some reason, and I just had this weird sensation, and I wake up. I look out the window. I don't see anything, and I just kind of sit up in bed. And there's a dresser. So, like, right here's the window, right in front of me. And then right over here is, like, a dresser.
Right.
And then, like, so there's a space between the window and the dresser. I look in the space in between the dresser and the window. And there's this the room is lit because the moon is out.
Right.
there is a black human height with like the width and height is the shape of a human, but it's just black.
Terrifying. A shadow person.
It's not it doesn't have the outline of a person. It's just a circle, but it has the width and height of a person, and it's just standing there.
Okay.
And it's just the room's not black. It's pretty lit, but in that one particular spot, it's just blackness. It's just pure blackness, and I just started staring at it. And I'm like half awake, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but for some reason I'm drawn towards looking at this thing, and I was like, I don't have no idea what this is. The next day, and then I started talking to my girlfriend about it, and she said she woke up exactly the same time. That's how I knew she was awake for this too. And she said that she felt like someone was standing in the room with us. She said she could sense someone in the room with us, and then I noticed. The other day, it's kind of healed up now, but you can see someone's like this big ass bruises on my hand and shit, and it looks like someone has grabbed me by the fucking wrist, and it's left this big bruise on me.
The first night, Jordan. Nah, because it's been on my mind actually.
Is Adriana okay? First of all, she doing alright?
Yeah, I don't think she got like
She,
any
like,
bruises or anything, but I definitely got this fucking bruise.
Did she
on
like
my
grab
heart.
the shit out of your
The
arm?
first
Sorry,
night-
go ahead, say.
No, the first night you said you felt vibration. You feel like a buzzing electricity going through your body now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
actually
felt like-
project that night. By the way.
Yeah, that's usually what.
What?
It is.
Yeah. You actually projected that night.
That's
But I didn't live.
f-
I didn't like leave my body. I just like.
No, you don't have to look at you're aware you're surrounded. You woke up, so you rose up from after that.
Yeah, like I just like
Yeah.
I felt like I just stood up out of my not stood up, but I just like sat up out of my bed.
Yeah, you're gonna do a vibration frequency phase. That's how you
What the
have to
fuck?
project.
You tell me that I astral projected and I didn't realize it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when you like. That's when you like phase into the
Get
other.
the fuck out! Are you guys serious right now?
No.
What the fuck?
No, I'm not. I did it before 2 years ago, January 2nd.
Are you
I told this
telling
story
me
before.
I'm about to pull a fucking Insidious and demons are coming from my body?
No,
I'm
bro.
about to start doing it without realizing it?
No, jokes aside, like I'm being serious.
I'm laughing
like,
just because
the-
you
you
said
did
it
that.
so confidently that it sounded like you were like you know when you Skype somebody in a movie and they tell you what's happening, like that's what it sounded like, and it
Yeah.
fucking got me.
No, vibration is like frequencies shifts. You need a certain frequency to do that. And that's
Yeah.
what
Well,
Jordan did.
it felt weird as shit, and I felt like
Because when I did it, it felt like, you know.
Yeah, I had like I couldn't hear anything. I had like constant like static in my ears. What I
Yeah.
kept hearing.
You probably experienced sleep paralysis too. You probably
Yeah.
wasn't aware.
My dad used to also project.
That's how you. Yeah, it's a thing. People think it's weird. It's normal. You did it
What the
unknowingly,
fuck?
but you may saw people say shadow people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see stuff.
You may
Yeah,
saw that. It comes from fear. You think it's something there. It's an amalgamation of what you don't of all things you're scared of. It makes it
Yeah.
like shadow thing. And he looks so freaked out. Like,
I'm just like in a maze right now. I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened to me? So I
But
astral
if you say-
projected, and then I legitly saw someone
you saw a shadow person, but
I saw a fucking
Yeah.
ghost because Adriana could tell. Adriana woke up at the exact same time when it started standing there staring at us.
See, that could be a ghost as well. What the next day, because Adriana's woke. But usually when you do this, you see shadow people. It's like a common term people
Yeah.
call them. Like it's like an aggravation of fear.
Yeah,
it's
it
because
was-
it's because you're awake, but your brain's still doped up on like the dream
Yeah, the
chemicals.
dopamine
So you start
shit.
seeing stuff. Yeah, or you'll like.
And to
That's what sleep paralysis. That's why people tend to like they'll panic because they think something's holding them down when really it's
demons or
not.
something.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was a demon. Scared the hell out of me. You don't know what fear is, Brian. You never did this before. You don't know what fear is until you experience.
Bro,
it.
it's straight fear if you when you wake up and you
pure
can't move.
fear. Yeah, but that's the scariest moment I had in my entire life, and I still say it.
Brian, you ever
But-
you ever had sleep
Oh
paralysis?
man. Okay. Actually, I have
No.
experienced sleep paralysis. Sorry, let me bring you guys back down to my screen.
You never had a woman sit on your chest and scream in your face because you can't move,
No, I've had
What?
in the picture.
That
and then
happened to you?
and then you suddenly like throw your arms up and jump out of the
I've
bed,
had
and then you're like, nothing's
very
there.
specific.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
I'll
happened.
ever
Yeah,
start this.
I
it's
you-
like like a little like almost like those little weird like Japanese sort of horror things, like a girl like crouched up with her knees up, sitting on my chest.
Bro,
and then
are
like
you talking?
I wake up, I notice her, and it's like she noticed me noticing her. So she gets like down, like all in my face, and lets out a scream, and then that's when I'm able to throw my arms up
Fucking Christ.
and hop out of bed.
What is that? What is that movie where the girl's sitting on the dude's neck the entire time?
Shudder.
Shudder. You just had a
Yeah.
Shudder experience, bro.
My
What the
sleep
fuck?
paralysis,
Yeah, bro.
the time that I've experienced it has just been a large like man standing in the corner, like tall and slinky, and he's just like.
Do you have a hat? Does he have a
doesn't
hat?
have the hat, but he just kind of. It's just kind of like that, like the entire
Yeah.
time. It's like it's his turn on the Xbox.
Did he? Wait. Did he say it's like it's my
I
turn
just
to use
made
the
that joke. It's
Xbox?
too late.
Did Ryan just say that?
I just made that joke.
Wait, you said that? You said it like
Yeah.
right after, like right before
Yeah,
I
like,
said that?
literally the moment.
I didn't even hear you say it. It's just that I do that pose.
Bro, that reminds me. I have to send you this video of the. Have you seen the video of the dude who tests out his Xbox Connect, and he's going through all the different cycles of it, and then in one there's the fucking ghost
I did
standing
see that.
behind him, and he turns
Oh
around.
wait, I've seen
as,
this.
As
Yeah,
soon
I've
as
seen
he
this
turns
before.
around and looks, it fucking disappears,
Yup.
and then he's just like turns off
Bro,
the Xbox.
those videos, and then the fucking where people live streaming it and shit's happening. Those videos freak me out.
Cricket's
God,
gonna wake up one
ooh.
day and there's just gonna be a ghost like standing right next to him in the fucking.
It's gonna be like someone like a ghost messing with your green screen or something.
Yeah, I think he you probably he actuated the first night. The second night I can't really explain. That's probably as it goes. 'Cause you gotta
Probably
see-
someone noticed that you astral projected and came to fucking.
Please-
But isn't that
that's,
still-
that actually puts true fear into my body.
Astral
like, knowing
projection
that, like,
is definitely-
That's
Hmm.
honestly what's probably happened is like they've noticed
They
that I did it and then like was watching me see that I
came
do it
back to
again.
check on you.
you're probably in that. Man, it so sounds so comic booky. You're probably in that dimension where they're at.
Yeah.
I know this probably sounds weird, but yeah. I know a guy last year. He said his friend got. He had to.
I believe it.
He changed after that. He got into witchcraft and all that stuff.
It's good. Some people get a little depressed and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes that could be an insidious situation. Maybe it wasn't him who came
That's
back,
what I
bro.
keep thinking. Is like it's like dead ass insidious. Like it's like a
For
witch
me-
is possessed in the body.
That's why you gotta.
open me up a lot.
That's why you gotta tie the imaginary rope around yourself before you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I do. The rope, climb up.
So you always
get
come
out of
back.
the body.
Yeah, so you always
Bro,
come
but,
up.
like, what if you do like shit like what I just did? And just you don't know you're even doing it.
Some people do it like every night. They don't realize it.
Yeah, it's like a ritual thing too. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have never
Yeah.
had a
Just
get
paranormal
used to
experience
it.
like that. The most that I've had is just a nightmare about the dude like staring at me in the bed during like my sleep paralysis. And like I'm just terrified of people standing in my fucking window. Like that's it. I've never had anything like that.
Yeah, I was
happen to
studying
me.
this crap 2 years ago.
I think
Yeah,
that's
it's really
that's
fascinating.
definitely there's like a phobia for that.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it's a-
that's
it's a
pretty
long-ass
common.
word.
Fucking hate it.
What are you talking about?
Crockett, I'm glad you're alive. Glad you're alive.
Yeah,
bro.
good thing
Yeah.
you're alright.
Bro, what if that like came back and I'm not even like the same person anymore?
Yeah, he's like pale and he's got bags under his eyes and shit, and he's like
I do say what I was gonna say.
doesn't respond to Jordan
It's like,
anymore.
you have sugar water.
You probably. I know some people say that you probably did brought a ghost home a few
Yeah.
months back, or a year back. That's why you keep having this freaking
They can't
issues.
follow you around.
Yeah,
I've been saying this for a while. It's like I like my apartment might not be haunted. I just might be haunted
yeah.
She's insane. We're not real. Are we real? Jordan?
because like fucking.
That's scary.
I mean, people who's done that like where like they play with Ouija boards. They don't close out the game when they
oh my god.
leave, and then this ghost thing starts following them.
Now that I don't believe. You mean this company produced these
That
things?
Ouija board
Demons.
stuff.
Yeah.
This company mass produces portals to the other realm. Are you kidding?
What is it? Hasbro open up dimensions. I'm marking it for $12.40.
Yo,
$12.99.
that's a good idea for like a movie or something
Yeah.
right there. Like Hasbro's selling portals to the fucking
That was the
other
plot to
world.
Halloween
But
3.
it's Transformer toys.
That was the plot to.
It's not Ouija
that was
boards.
the plot to Halloween 3.
My Little Pony edition.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Halloween
Really?
3.
All right, but we'll do it, but without Michael Myers.
All right, guys.
We'll get Jamie Lee Curtis though.
Jamie Lee Curtis is good in everything she's in.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's wrap this shit up.
you guys want to wrap up?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Bryan, where can they follow you
can
at?
find me on Twitter at Bryan Archija and on Twitch at BryanBrowny.
Colin, where can they find you at?
On Twitter at _Space Whales and on Twitch at MonkeyOmega.
Tay, where can they find you at?
Twitter.com/Twitter.com_Tay That's on
Twitter.com/fatcheeks.
Fat cheeks. I think I'm done with Twitch stuff.
Nipples and Toes 23.
Nipples and Toes. Dude, can we make a garage band called Nipples and Toes? I'm going to put that on a drum set. Guys, you can find me at Twitter at cyber_calamity, and you can find me at Twitch tonight at CyberCalamity. Guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the show. We do appreciate it. If you guys like the show, give us a sub, give us a big like or a dislike. If you don't like the show, if you don't like our ghost stories at the end, yeah. But if you go, tell us how you guys feel about cloud gaming in the comments, and then we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy.